Hey, we are here with some Gamebound, where we play one-shots and short series of various sorts. And today, we're going to have a chill character creation stream. We might actually play. We'll see how far we
Yeah.
get into it. But I am literally like, 6 hours past actually setting up my computer in the new place, and if I put my feet under the desk, my computer will definitely shut off because the power cables are not where they're. I need to figure that out. So I'm gonna just kind of sit here in one position and not move, and we're gonna
Um,
make some characters for Outgunned. Um, I'll have to listen back to this and see how echoey it is in the room. Here, I need to
Sounds
figure out
fine
to.
on
Yeah,
the
I mean, I'm sure it sounds fine through Zoom, but
right.
yeah, we'll have to
Maybe the
we'll have to
raw
see.
audio doesn't.
Yeah. Well,
All
yeah,
right,
I put the raw audio into OBS on my end.
right.
But yeah, so it's just Josh and David today.
No.
It'll be fun though. We're in theory gonna play today, the 14th and the 21st. Though any number of things could happen to make that not occur. One of which is that I have a child born
Right.
into this world. Um, but until then, I've been itching to get back into it and play a little bit of play some role playing games, even if you don't do something super intense or uh crazy. I feel like Outgunned is a good choice for just kind of having a kind of what's the word I'm looking for, a casual, fun little 2-shot, 3-shot, whatever this ends
Yeah.
up being.
Seems like it'll handle it pretty well.
Yeah. We don't have Roll20 character sheets for Outgunned. There is a person, so I ventured into the character sheet request forum on Roll20 and
Mm.
+1 to someone else who is talking about Outgunned um, in the forum, and someone did private message me and like to a Roll20 game that they were testing a character sheet for Outgunned on. I
Nice.
cannot for the life. I don't know how to get that character sheet to a different game.
Right.
So I don't think that's of any use to us right now.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
in theory, uh, it is being worked on by
That's
someone
good.
who knows what they're doing. So at some point,
Yeah.
we will have a Roll20 sheet for this.
Cool.
But for now, we're going to use fillable PDF sheets on our computers and just roll manually in chat. Outgunned is kind of like the Mistborn adventure game that we played a long time ago on this channel. Actually, I don't think any of those videos still remain on this channel. I think I think I privated them, so I don't think it exists anymore. But once upon a time, we did the Mistborn adventure game, and that is about rolling pairs of things. This is kind of similar, but it seems to be much better than the Mistborn adventure game attempted to do, where it doesn't matter what the pair is. In Mistborn adventure game, you had to get a higher pair, like pair fives was like the highest you could get. And you so it was very difficult to get the right pair for
Yeah.
what you needed to succeed at. This is just about getting pairs of any sort. And the more of one kind you get, so if you get a pair of twos, then a pair, three of a kind, four of a kind, five of a kind, all the way up to six of a kind. I think that's
Yeah.
the highest you can
Six
get,
of
right?
kinds size. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it? Yeah, I guess the amount of dice you get is different though, because it's based on your skill and your attribute, I believe.
Yeah. I think the
Yeah.
main saving grace for trying to get repeated results in this game is that there's a lot of re-rolling. It's pretty much expects
Yes,
you to
yes,
re-roll.
yes. Yeah,
Um.
I remember in a review I watched yesterday, they mentioned how the game cycle is very definitely pushes you to spend resources to keep pushing your luck and like re-rolling things.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that makes sense. Looks like the game is considered wants us to typically roll not less than two and not more than 9 dice. That's typically the range
Well,
we're
yeah,
working with.
yeah, yeah. It's essentially the minimum base roll is a 3,
Yeah, that makes sense.
minus modifiers or whatever. But yeah,
Sure.
and the highest base is 6. So
hmm But yeah, so that's kind of the basics. Here is you're rolling a pool of dice and trying to get a lot of one number. I don't think it matters what number it is. I think there is something that cares about what number, and there's like special
Yeah.
dice that you get in the if you like buy it. In
Yeah,
physical
the
and
main
whatnot.
thing is that if it becomes like a curly roll or something, like if you're shooting into melee, then you if your pairs are ones, you basically count how many ones you've rolled, and you do
Okay.
get penalized for them, just as like a thing. But that doesn't come up super often.
Yeah. So
At least
I
not
might
from what I've watched.
Yeah. And you can get things like, you might get a basic success with 2 3s and then a basic success with 2 4s, and that's like a thing. And you can spend extra successes to do other stuff, assuming that there's a lot of actually kind of intricate rules about how
Oh yeah, you extra actions. Yeah.
extra successes work. Yeah. So when I was reading through that part, I was like, this is part I'm going to have up to know what to do with. But um, I think it's probably something you'd memorize pretty fast if you played the game. But um,
yeah, hopefully we can get maybe like an hour of play in and just kind of
yeah,
mess around with the rules and see. We'll be looking them up a lot, I'm sure.
yeah,
Yeah, it looks like it has some guidance as to what these do. It's cool.
yeah. It's not. There's just a short list, is all. So
Yep. Cool. Yeah. I really like the game structure. One of the things that I really enjoy about role playing games is when a role playing game chooses its lane and just goes hard on
yeah,
that thing, right? And this game is doing that. Right? It has chosen action movie, like cinematic action as its lane, and it does
mhm,
everything in its power to make all of the mechanics line up for that and to feel like you are playing an action movie. Um, and so yeah, I'll be curious to see how well it holds up in actual play. Um, but certainly the flavor is coming out of its ears in the book.
yeah,
And it's a gorgeous book too. I really want to get
yeah,
these physical books because like I want these on my shelves. They're so pretty.
yeah.
All the
But
art
then make
is gorgeous.
yeah,
So, definitely something to check out. But yeah, let's make some characters and figure out what we're gonna do for a game. I mean, one thing we could do if you guys were up for it, we could do. Do I have that somewhere? No, that's
there's
not
that.
it. There is a like a sample adventure at the end of the book.
Oh,
Um, that we could just run through if we because one of the things that is helpful about um playing a intro scenario or whatever is that it usually is pretty clear about like here's the rules that you need to use right now. Here's the like slowly walking you through the rules of the game. So we could do that, or we could just kind of wing it. And
I'm
do it.
fine with that, especially because I don't even know if we had an idea for a genre or anything yet. And there's
We
a
did
bunch of
not.
genre mutators in that other PDF, so we could have done
Yeah,
pretty much anything.
yeah. I think
So
no matter what, I think we should probably um focus on just the core book here and just do action movie
mhm.
uh adventure thing. Not
Yeah, I'm fine with just
sequel,
doing the
but
the pre-written one.
cool.
Seems the most expedient.
I don't know anything about it. Uh but yeah, I suppose we could just read through it together. Um let's see. Sitting at a booth in an old diner. Okay.
It literally says don't read any more of this if you're not a.
Yeah.
How does it use pre-gens?
It does, but I we could probably ignore that. I
Okay.
don't think it matters that much. Um I don't know what the it's unclear just like looking at this briefly what is oh yeah, here we go. Shot summary. Okay. Yeah, that could work. You like after a briefcase basically. Y'all want to do Josh, you want to do that or do we
Yeah,
want to
my
make up
friend.
something? Okay. Let me see here. Yep. I'm trying to think of what to tell you guys though, as to like to help you make your character.
Hmm. Yeah. Does it have any? I mean, I saw that it had the pregens. Does it have any guidance on what if?
This preface here might. Okay, yeah. Here we go. This shot begins in an old diner located in an unspecified seaside city. The heroes are already working together, and the players are free to coordinate their motives and the dynamics of their alliance. Alternatively, in the next page, you can find 4 plot hooks with motives each hero has for accepting this mission and for cooperating with the others. I'm sure we'll have no issue figuring that out. In the past few days, the heroes have been looking into Project Medusa, an experimental weapon that could be extremely dangerous if it fell into the wrong hands. Their only contact, a neurotic information broker named Carter, maintains that the plans for Project Medusa are sealed in a briefcase, which is about to be moved to a secret, unreachable lab. Hoping to get more details, the heroes agree to meet with Carter in an old diner on the outskirts of the city. That seems pretty clear as a setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever characters you would like to make for that, they do have pre-gens, but I assume you guys want to make your own characters. Knowing what I know about David and Josh.
Yeah.
Character creation machines.
Yep.
So yeah, let's run through some.
Do you have a angle you're thinking of already, Josh? Or
I mean, I was fiddling around earlier today with earlier today for me because I'm Australian. With like a grizzled private eye who kind of dabbled in both sides of the both sides of legality.
Okay, sounds good. Was that more what crime focused? I assume
Sleuth, is that what you chose?
Yeah, he's a sleuth.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
With cool but distressed as his trope.
Cool but distressed, is that?
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, and they're good at focus, which is what? Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. All right. Cool.
So, I'm good at detect and know. I'm good at being cool under pressure.
Okay.
And then I've got middling crime and brawn.
Gotcha.
And then okay. You get basically 2 free skill points in your character creation, and I put them into leadership.
Okay.
Which is basically it's kind of a catch-all, but only for specific angles of doing things.
Right. Okay. So not a lot of combat then, it sounds like.
I can shoot. That's a bit.
Okay.
I'm only middling at punching people.
Yeah. Because I was thinking if your character wasn't very social, I would pick the face. And if he was, I would pick the commando. Just because that's, my default mode. So
yeah, face and brawn, smooth and brawn would probably be.
I suppose I could play a fighter. Yeah. Because I think the commando's probably. Oh, he does brawn also. Okay. What's weird because I thought he shot things, so it is nerves. But it's interesting.
Well, you do get it for skill points, but
yeah, right.
It looks like no smooth, at least for the attribute point, no smooth. But
yeah, but the your trope is probably you could pick up
that's true. Yeah,
smooth as a trope.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're mixing and matching stuff, so you could easily play a smooth commando.
Yeah, I forgot about. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. I'm just looking at this. I might. Does force? Is there any force and fight? Is that just like strength and punching people instead? Yeah.
When my PDF reloads in.
Been a while since
I can bring it up. They've got a nice list of it somewhere.
Yeah. I think I'll do the fighter. He seems like he has access to more skills that your character didn't take. And I think it would be different than what I usually play as a fighting character.
Yeah, so brawn force is more like breaking things, pushing things.
Okay, I figured. Yeah. It's like strength as opposed to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna be the fighter,
I
David?
think so. Yeah. So
Okay,
let's
cool.
see, we'll do fighter.
And then it does say, at least in the order here, and so you're gonna be fighter, Josh, you're gonna be sleuth.
Yep.
The next thing I'll go through this list as like in the order it presents it, and then David will choose something, and then Josh will just tell us what you did choose.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
a name we could just leave until the end, but
Sure.
technically that's the next thing.
Okay.
Did you have a name, Josh, or haven't done that yet?
Yeah, I've got a name. I'm Walter PPK Dunn.
Okay, nice.
I don't know what kind of fighter he is yet, so I'll wait to
Yeah.
get a name until I know better what he is.
Your job gives you access to information, to contacts, or to specific knowledge.
Oh, there it is. I see. Martial arts teacher, bodyguard, bouncer. Well, was this like a government thing that we're doing? How is it that we're
It
here
sounds like from
chasing
Josh's
this?
character, he's like a private eye.
Right.
Is that correct,
Yeah.
Josh? Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be more like we're a random ragtag group that have done
Okay.
jobs before together.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I like the idea that like so there's I'm thinking of Powder Mage, David, where
Yeah.
Adamat, like the investigator, like hired a boxer to like defend him during the job. I like the
That's
idea that
right.
like Josh is like some sort of sleuth, and he's like,
Mhm.
you know what, this is getting dangerous. I need someone who can punch things. Help.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think I'll do. Yeah, I'll do like a professional fighter, and maybe has a reputation for like. Have you seen or read the Vigilante My Hero Academia manga or show? It's a show now,
No, I
so
don't think so.
I would watch. It's actually pretty fun, the show.
Yeah.
But they have a character, Knuckle Duster, and his whole thing is that he just punches people, and he's always going overboard. He just punches the absolute crap out of people for kind of no reason. So I think maybe the idea is that he's like a professional fighter, but he's also got a bad reputation for hurting people and like going overboard when he fights. And so that's why maybe you thought he'd make a decent operative as opposed to just like a ring fighter. So we'll go with that. So yeah, let's do maybe like I don't know. I feel like every time I watch MMA, I think that person doesn't know how to fight. They're just killing somebody. So I'll do that.
Yeah, MMA fighter. That makes sense.
Yeah. Age.
What
I
did you
will
choose, Josh?
be. I'll just do adult, which I think has no modifier.
Yeah.
Sorry. Good.
Did you adult as well, Josh?
I did. I briefly entertained the idea of going old, but yeah, I'm just an adult at the moment.
Cool. What about catchphrase for both of you?
Oh. Let's see.
Yeah, so the ones that suggests are, let's get to the bottom of this. You and me,
Yeah.
one-on-one. There's no need to fight. It doesn't hurt.
Let's see. I'm going to do only one way to get to know somebody.
Only one way
Yeah.
to get to know somebody. I like it.
Yeah, everyone's a little dirty.
Nice. There you go. All right.
Okie dokie. What's next? Flaw.
I'm sure he's fine. Just basically, just it kind of assumes that people are less hurt than they are and just keeps fighting them or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I've got on the fence, so I kind of play both sides.
Cool.
And so neither the criminals nor the police can like really fully trust me to
to be completely on their side.
How many skill points do you get again? Selections from your skill points list, I mean.
You just get them all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you just add a point in all those 10 skills.
Dang, okay.
Trope. What do y'all choose in there.
Yeah. I'll just copy this list of beats because it's probably easier to just pick those as we go. I'll read them out to you. They each do. Because you get 2 of these ones.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So combo is something that you need to spend adrenaline on. It says
Oh,
like
you're looking at mine. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I picked mine already. So combo is that you can spend adrenaline to deal 1 additional damage.
Okay.
And you can actually do that for as many adrenaline as you have.
Right.
You can basically just spend adrenaline 1 for 1 for extra damage.
Okay.
Counter is that you can spend adrenaline to react against an enemy by rolling brawn plus fight instead of whatever the DM tells you to, and you ignore all penalties from conditions and circumstances.
I like that one.
So it's literally something where like they shoot you and say, "He roll a dodge," and you say, "No, I'm going to counter it," and you just punch all the bullets out of the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
The example that it gives in the reaction roll section is like you're hiding in a vent and a rat crawls across your face. Hurry, roll to react with nerves to not react and stay hidden. And I just like the idea that like counter, no, I killed the rat.
I mean, that seems very this character.
Yeah. Flying kick is you spend adrenaline to attack an enemy within close or medium range and get a +1 to the roll. And you can always attack an enemy within close range while barehanded. You don't need to spend adrenaline to do so. So I'm not sure what that second part is about. I assume there's a range limit on something. Hard to kill. So on your health track, there's a special box that when you fill that in, you basically get a condition. That's when you trigger a condition. With hard to kill, when you fill that box in, you also get an adrenaline and +1 to your next roll.
All right, cool.
Martial arts would be you get a free reroll on all action and reaction rolls made when fighting unarmed. So that would be really good.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that one.
And then punch reload.
That one sounds great.
So once per combat, after failing a reaction roll against an enemy, you can spend a quick action to stand back up and immediately get an adrenaline.
Interesting.
So like you recover a little bit.
Counter and punch reload sound like a fun combo.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I think I'll take counter, even though I don't like spending resources on stuff.
Yeah. So counter and martial arts. Yep.
Yeah. And so what was the skill combination? Brawn and fight?
Give me a second.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's brawn and fight. Yeah, brawn fight.
Yeah, so since we're going through feats and skill points and stuff, so as far as I'm looking at here, fighter gets an attribute point in brawn, and then gets the skill points: endure, fight, force, stunt, cool, flirt, leadership, style, heal, and dexterity. What did you get, Josh, for those? What does sleuth get?
So as a sleuth, I got a few different things. I got essentially an attribute point in focus. And then I got endure, stunt, cool, drive, shoot, detect, know, awareness, stealth, and streetwise. And then for my feats, I picked detective, which gives me a free reroll when I'm looking for clues or searching a room.
Nice.
And I got reporter, which gives me a free reroll when I'm interviewing people, getting information, or finding contacts.
Nice. So you're choosing counter and which one, David?
Martial arts.
Nice. Cool, cool. There's also gear here, and then obviously you choose trope,
Yeah, I'm looking at the tropes right now.
and then you get to add 2 free skill points to whatever.
Oh, okay. Is there any limit on how high something can be when you start?
Don't know.
Well, if you're getting one box, the max is 3 because you can technically fill in both boxes from
Right.
your.
But you're allowed to do that in character creation, I guess. Okay.
Yep.
Kind of surprised that you can do that. They must not expect the progression to be like a super.
No, this game is not
involved.
about progression.
Yeah.
There are like 2 points where the character can advance in the entire game.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. What'd you choose for your trope, Josh?
I chose cool but distressed.
Right. What does that one
So
do?
it's essentially your house is in complete disarray. You mope around with your head hung low, brooding about your traumatic past in between a cigarette and a shot. You're a mess, but so damn cool at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a point in what's it called, in nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And then I picked up gunslinger, which gives me a free reroll when I'm shooting my pistol.
Nice.
And then skill points in fight, cool, drive, shoot, flirt, detect, know, and streetwise.
Nice.
And then my 2 free skills I put in leadership.
Very neat. Very, very cool. Let's see what else we got here. What did you choose for gear?
I basically got a pistol.
Sorry.
And my gear was all of a pair of handcuffs.
Okay, yeah, your $1 item.
My $1 item. Yeah.
There's a trope that's hunk. I'm obviously gonna pick that one. So you get how many one skill from this?
No, you get all those skills again.
All the skills from the again. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Get all of those, and then
Not used to getting 10 million. Like my entire bronze stat is completely maxed out. We just started. It's so weird. Oh, and I guess I'm down for it. That's cool.
I mean, it is your thing.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that. Yeah, I mean, I guess like you said, you don't advance
It's made
much.
to emulate. It's made to emulate a movie.
Yeah, where
movies will
you're
last
super
that long,
awesome,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get 1 feat. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, one of those
One of
feats,
these
and then
feats.
Bodybuilder combo,
attributes.
intimidation, selfless. Bodybuilder is the one that I was looking at that made me think I'll probably take that one, but I have to find it. You gain a free reroll when lifting, carrying, or breaking something. Yeah, I'll probably just take that. That seems fine. There's no reason to.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you were actually my grunt defending me, then selfless would make sense. But I think with your floor of he'll be right. It's pretty much
That's true.
it makes sense
Maybe
that's not the
maybe
one
I'm
you go
not
for.
a very good. I also he doesn't strike me as a very selfless person. Yeah, so I think that I'll just punch them before they shoot you instead. Good defense is a good offense. You know.
Yeah, the best defense is a good
Best
offense.
defense is a good offense. Thank you.
Very cool. And then I think you just choose I think the only thing you need to do,
The spy
David.
looks fun too. If we do this again, I might play a spy too.
Yeah.
I actually like a lot of the classes. They did a good job making them fun.
Yep.
Anyways, sorry. What?
I would love to play like a John Wick style game with
Yeah,
the Saturday crew.
that'd
That'd
be
be a
fun.
lot of fun. You also get a $1 item from the gear.
Right.
Yeah, and your 2 skill point. 3 skill
Oh yeah,
points.
you 2 free skill points.
Oh, right. I mean, I don't even know where I'm going to put them. Anything I'd want is full. Let's see. Um, yeah. Awareness, is that like, this is detect and awareness. And I assume detect is like a longer, like a clue based thing, and awareness is like someone sneaking. Is that the idea? It's usually how people distinguish them.
Sorry, which skill?
Detect.
Okay. And awareness. I was looking at the difference. Yeah. Okay. To find clues and intel and keep your eyes and ears open. Okay. What is your character have for awareness and detect? Are they both maxed, I assume?
Detect is maxed. Awareness, I've got 4 total.
Oh, you mean like crime and awareness totals for?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, just trying to look at. hmm, How's your drive?
I'm a really good driver.
Oh, man, if we had more than 2 characters, I don't even know how I would pick these skills. Usually, I pick them by being like, when at this point, when I have what I want, I just pick them by what people don't have, and that's nothing. And we only have 2 characters. Okay. Um.
I do like
Oh,
that the
it's already maxed. Okay.
I do like that the game attributes seem pretty straightforward. You know, brawn, nerve, smooth,
Right.
focus, and then the last one is crime.
Yeah, I like it. It's basically just like acuity is in my game, except for plus streetwise, except
Yeah.
for it's themed for the game, which is
Yep.
great. But I like the idea that a detective is probably has a lot of crime skills, which is just fun.
Mhm.
Um, Goodness, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I would have put more in crime. Like, I was thinking of putting some more in dexterity or something,
Sure.
but I figured that if half of my thing is like talking to people and interviewing people, I
Right.
shouldn't be able to, like, I shouldn't only be able to interview criminals. I should be able to interview nice people as well.
Right. Yeah. Um, I guess I'll put one in. I'll put one in dexterity then, and I guess I'll put one in awareness. Because why not? I suppose that's something we'll have to try or both have to roll.
Mhm.
Actually, you know what? I'll put it in cool. That seems appropriate. Um, yeah, that's way wild. I only have. Well, I guess I have 10 skills that are only one, but I don't feel like I'm gonna need. Yeah. All right. Okay. That's fair. All right. I like it. Is that everything? Oh no, gear. I remember looking at this list and thinking not a lot of the things on this list cost $1. Um,
No, they don't. It's like you can take a photo and have a camera.
yeah. Am I stupid? Where's the gear?
Make sure you save these character sheets too, so they don't
Oh yeah.
lose them.
Where is gear? Okay, super far away from everything else. That's cool. All right. Um. Jeez. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Camera. Great. Grappling hook. Handcuffs. A heavy mace. Okay. Let's see. Do they have they don't have like brass knuckles or something that I can use as a fighter.
I don't know.
It doesn't look like it. You could buy just the magazines for a gun. I'm gonna take handcuffs. I got hired for this job, and my thought was, I'm gonna need these, and he got some handcuffs. All right. They might have a little bit of fur on them. What?
You start the game with all your grit and no conditions. Additionally, you start off with 1 adrenaline, 1 spotlight, 1 cash, and 1 lethal bullet in your death roulette.
Start with a spotlight.
Yeah, I don't know how you're lugging that thing
there's
around.
cash. Where does it? There's spotlight. Okay.
So adrenaline you can spend to gain +1 for a roll. You can also use it to activate some feats.
Mm-hmm. How do you regain it? I remember reading that and not retaining it at all.
I don't remember. Josh, do you remember?
Let's see.
How you regain adrenaline?
Yeah, there's a couple of ways.
Remember there was a whole list, and I don't remember anything on it.
Yeah, the main ways that you get adrenaline is okay. Yeah, there's a list here. So the director can award adrenaline when, like, you get a success against all odds, when you get a far greater success than you need, when they have a really good idea that rocks the story, they make a good sacrifice, induce strong emotions. Basically, good role play equals gain adrenaline.
Yeah, okay. I do remember thinking
and a good role.
I do remember thinking, oh, it's inspiration, and not being super excited about that.
Yep.
But okay.
And then gaining a spotlight is basically when you call upon your catchphrase in a cool way or call your flaw into play in a cool way.
That's okay.
You also gain 2 adrenaline when you fill in the hot box in your grit track. So once you get hurt enough, you get some adrenaline.
Right. It's true. Okay. Cool.
David, this section is for you. Adrenaline is an important resource you should use very often. If you get to the end of a session without giving or using a handful of adrenaline, it means you're being too stingy.
If they wanted me to use it, they should have given me a concrete way to get it, not do a good job. Gold star. That's not concrete enough to make me spend it. That's funny.
It also says additionally the director can award a hero when these things happen. So
well, what's the not additionally? What's before the additionally?
Heroes begin the game with 1 adrenaline and automatically gain 2 adrenaline when they fill in the hot box on their grit track. Additionally, the director can award a hero 1 adrenaline whenever.
So
the very beginning about it is that you can actually stack adrenaline beyond just 1, so it's not like
right.
Inspiration in that way, because you can technically, if you save up 6 adrenaline, you can spend it to get a spotlight.
I suppose maybe one of the issues with inspiration is that it feels, because you can only have 1 at a time, I think it feels like a big deal to give it to somebody, and so oftentimes you either don't, or like, I don't know. I hated everything about inspiration whenever I played 5e. I never had a positive interaction with inspiration, but I think that maybe having more than 1 available will make the GM feel more encouraged to, and that's not specifically at you, Caleb, because I don't even know if we played 5e very much, but I just even like when I watch other people play, anytime someone got inspiration, I was like, okay, but what about everyone else? Did their role play suck? I don't. But but yeah, I guess having more than 1 box helps, because then you can be a little more free with it. So I guess we'll see. But like, I like the using your catchphrase as a way to get a spot. That's a nice concrete thing I can aim for. But like, role playing well I just feel like that's such a difficult.
It seems like Spotlight is like the bigger version of.
It is, which is funny because I actually think I'll be able to use my catchphrase in a concrete way to get a spotlight more easily than I would be able to argue for adrenaline in most cases. But we'll see, I guess.
We will see. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this game that don't think I'll remember. But hopefully.
Yeah, I remember reading the combat and thinking there's like two different things. So like there's an actual combat system. But then there's also like a kind of a more like you just kind of do the fights with the regular rules kind of thing.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Yeah, it's kind of like Burning Wheel. There's a bloody versus, and then there's a
right.
A simple like versus.
A boss fight. Yeah. It's the brawl.
You got a name for your character, David?
Oh yeah. I assume we're in America.
It seems like it.
Okay. First thought was Johnny, but maybe I don't want to just totally rip off the Mortal Kombat character. I'm gonna be Kenny Wells.
Kenny Wells, nice. Need to look up the combat system here because it's gonna happen soon. Spoilers.
It's basically like you get around to doing stuff and they get around to doing stuff, and it's pretty similar. It's just like basically who's driving the, because like it's opposed. So like if you succeed at a defensive roll, I think you can still do damage usually, depending on what's happening. But
yeah, okay, yeah,
still take turns.
Well, yeah. So this one, it tends to be that you don't deal damage back, but you can like save additional successes for your friends because you're all reacting at the same time. And so if I get 3 crits, then I can spend 2 of them to defend from my guy and give you a crit or what have you.
Right. I guess I thought there's one of the options for extra actions not doing damage.
It's like you get an additional action usually, I think.
Yeah, so like their example here is, let's say you're making a reaction roll against an enemy with a critical attack and defense and score 2 critical successes. You can use 1 success to defend and spend the second to counter and cause the enemy to lose 1 grit. So yeah, like I guess your basic success is about defending, but I guess you can spend extra successes to
either help your friends or hurt them. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Cool. Just glancing at this real quick. Well, I think I'm as ready as I probably can be. Let's do it, shall we? All right, so you know what I should do real quick? I should add your character names to this overlay. So let's talk briefly a little bit more about like Josh, your motivation for tracking this down in the first place, and David, why you're tagging along. While I get this up. When we roll in chat, we'll probably just roll whatever d6s and then have to match the pairs. But
what are we using for Roll20?
I did drop a link in Discord.
Discord. Oh right, yeah, I forgot we were talking about it. Yeah, I think maybe Kenny's been recently suspended from the professional MMA scene for being unsportsmanlike, and so he doesn't have any income at the moment, and so he was available for life or death, steal a briefcase hijinks.
Yep. Makes sense.
Considering he only has $1, I'm guessing he was open to it, whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I also had $1, so have $1, so I guess it's It's to the point where I've brooded in my house too often, and I don't have. we're both a bit desperate for a job.
That's fine.
What did you guys say your full names were again? So I can put them in here.
Kenny West.
Kenny West. And then what was yours, Josh?
Walter PPK Dunn.
Can you put that in the Discord for me?
I put it in Roll20.
Yeah. Okay, I see. What does PPK stand for?
It's just a play on the pistol, the Walther PPK.
I was assuming it was partial party kill. I don't know. Yeah, kidding.
All right.
You have a Walther PPK, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, because otherwise it's going to be a very strange nickname. Does your character have a fondness for James Bond?
No, I don't think he does. I think it's just
Okay.
that he's used that pistol for ages and
Okay.
it's become kind of synonymous with him.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's funny because that's where everybody knows that gun from. But first time I ever saw Walther PPK was in an anime like game, and during one cutscene, a character whips out a pistol, and I was like, "Oh, I love how that pistol looks." And then I spent forever trying to figure out what gun it was, and then I finally found out it was a Walther PPK, and I was like, "Oh, this is a famous gun because of 007." Okay, so yep, good stuff. All right.
I'm just getting this set up here. Oh my goodness gracious. Hopefully we won't be rolling 100 d6 at any point in this game because that is a nightmare to track down.
Yep. Let me see. I got how many sixes I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Yeah.
All right, I'm just adding this real quick. All right, cool. David, is your child clothed or out of the room now so that we can see your face once more?
I thought I pulled it back down.
I think what I'll probably do is, since that was kind of like a chill like character creation thing, I'll go to the break screen. We can take a break right now if you guys want to, or otherwise I'll just go to the break screen quick and then come back just so I can make these two different episodes. All right.
That works.
Well, this ends the character creation portion of our game where we just kind of talk about rules and dig around for a second.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it. I mean, it's guided in a way that makes it pretty fast, but you still make some fun choices, and the choices you make are colorful, right? Which I think is the key to doing a handful of choices fun is you make them interesting. I think they did a pretty good job.
Certainly make your characters seem powerful. So
that too, yeah. Like I don't. Apparently, I literally can't get any stronger. I'm just the Hulk. I don't know. It's strange.
You mean you're the hunk?
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
All right, cool. We'll go to the break screen real quick here, and then come back and do some game.
Sounds good.